In today's video, I'm going to talk about how you can make a powerful and effective drone pilot portfolio. How do I know what I'm talking about? I own the industry-leading drone billing and invoice platform called Drone Invoice, which means I know exactly who makes money and what they do to be successful. So in this video, I'm going to explain some tips and tricks, explain what works and what doesn't work, and by the end, I will equip you with effective knowledge so you can radically change your drone pilot portfolio. So first off, a lot of pilots confuse what they're actually supposed to be doing on their portfolio. Some of them just show a bunch of pretty pictures. Others take pictures of your drones, talk about how much drones you have. And in reality, a client really doesn't care about any of that. They're laser focused on whether or not you can solve their problem. So whatever you decide to include on your portfolio should answer the problem they are trying to solve, which is, what can you do for me? Have you done this before? And can I trust you? They don't want to see all the pretty drones that you have. They want to know if you are going to be effective at what they are looking for. So if you include a clip on your portfolio that doesn't support that, maybe like you doing FPV flips and stuff, that doesn't really affect the buying decision of a customer that's looking for real estate photography. So your portfolio should strictly be things that are going to make or break or support those above claims. So if you've never done work before, it's probably a good idea to have some example clips of the kind of work you want to do. If you want to do real estate photography, take a couple pictures. Take a picture of your house. Make it look like you've done the kind of work that a potential customer might want before they look at your portfolio. If you have no trust signals, if you don't have any reviews, or if you don't have anything that's going to indicate that you are trustworthy and actually can do the job, they will pick somebody else. Next up, show actual use cases. Actually go out and do the work. Even if you aren't getting paid, do example work. Do stuff similar to what you want to do. If you want to do real estate work, you want to do roof inspection, go out and actually do that stuff and put that on your portfolio if that's what you are targeting. I think that's another distinction we should also talk about is you should pick one market and stick to it. If you want to do construction progress, take pictures and videos and make maps of construction progress. Show that on your portfolio. If you want to do insurance documentation, show that and do that work on your portfolio. You can pretty much fly anywhere for free. You can go through and do the work and have it on your portfolio. If you want to do mapping and surveying, hopefully you've done that stuff before and you can put that on your portfolio. If you want to do event coverage, find an event. Don't make sure you follow all the rules for flying over people and stuff, but take pictures of that event. It blows me away how many pilots have never done the kind of work, but they expect someone to trust them without any proof or indicators that that pilot is actually capable of doing that work. Next up, let's talk about impressions because those are important. When a client actually clicks on your profile or your portfolio, within 10 seconds, they really are going to get a strong impression whether or not they are going to decide to stay, contact you, or they're going to dip and find somebody else. That means that if your portfolio is not clean, organized, and straight to the point, they will find another portfolio that is. So you want to start with, on the top of the page, the most effective things that a client might want. Your best looking content. And that may be different depending on what you're trying to target. If you're trying to go for real estate agents, you don't want to have a pretty picture of a sunset. That's just not going to work. You might want a picture of some houses or some videos of some houses or some of your best reels or maybe even an edited shot. That way, the first thing the client sees is what they are looking for. You are not going to be able to get every single client because every single client is going to want to look for something different. But depending on what kind of general area you're targeting, you really can then narrow down your portfolio. If you do a lot of mapping and that's the kind of work that you want because it pays the best, then you probably want to have a lot more of that content on your profile. Yes, you may lose out on some of the real estate jobs, but for a mapping client, which might be worth more, it's better to have that portfolio specifically targeted for that. Also, you guys do not need intros on your videos. I don't put intros on my videos because nobody wants to sit through a 30-second intro about you flashing some logo. Please, this is not 2010. Start the content right away so that way you're not wasting your client's time because they also will not stick around for that. So if in 10 seconds, when they click on your portfolio, they cannot decide whether or not you are a useful person or a useful person for them to hire, they will leave. It's not worth their time. Next up, let's talk about the importance of location-specific content. Because you are flying a drone, you are taking pictures of locations 100% of the time. Now, whether or not that location is useful is another story. So the house down the road that you're doing that real estate photography for might not be terribly useful, but long as that content is properly geotagged and shown in Google, people in the general area can point to that and say, hey, this client has done this before. I want to hire them. So clients don't search for a drone pilot that does photogrammetry. They search for a drone pilot in your specific city. drone pilot near me, drone pilot in specific city. If your portfolio does not cater to that, you are not going to get clients. So your portfolio ideally wants to be very location specific. Where did you take these pictures? What city? What subject are you taking pictures of? What states? What landmarks? If you are not geotagging your work, you are losing out on jobs. And this is so important for like real estate photographers because they don't want to search for a pilot that's 3 states over. They want one in the area. And if you fit that, you're golden. But they got to find you. Same for construction and local government, even tourism. They don't want to hire multiple states away. They want somebody local. This is why Drone Invoice was so effective, because every piece of content can easily be location tagged. That also means that it can show up in Google Images and you can license it based off of like stock imagery. And on top of that, if the client doesn't see what they want, they can contact you because they have seen the work you have already done. If you are not location tagging all your content, you are losing out on jobs and money. You can do it yourself manually, or Drone Invoice does it pretty much automatically. You decide. Also, include information in the content that you're doing. So if you include a strong, simple clip of maybe a real estate reel that you did for a specific house and you explain the work that you did and how you did it, versus just taking a 360-degree video of a house and not explaining what it's for, context doesn't mean everything. And if a client has 2 pilots to choose from, one that explained what they did and one that didn't, they're going to pick the one that better answers their question, which is the person that explained it. Clients also want someone they can trust. They want someone that has reviews, that's done stuff before. And even if you don't necessarily have reviews already, any bit of information that you can give a client that shows that you are qualified is going to put you ahead of other pilots. So what is your Part 107 certification? Because you should have one, at least in the US. What is your insurance coverage? Logos, clients, a professional portfolio is really going to look good. It's another reason why Drone Invoice has so many different badges, because if you upload content and you're trustworthy on the platform, the badges show up and give you that confirmation that the clients are desperately looking for. Also, make it very easy for them to contact you. Now, I'm talking a lot about Drone Invoice because I built it specifically for this purpose. You can do everything that I'm talking about on your own portfolio. Yes, it's more work, but Drone Invoice has a specific button on every pilot's profile that a client can directly contact the pilot. If you have an obscure email somewhere on your page or you don't have a contact form on your personal website portfolio, you are going to lose clients. They will see your profile. You can spend as much as you want on ads. If it is not easy for them to contact you, they will walk and you have wasted money. So make it as easy for them to contact you as possible. It's why when you upload a photo to Drone Invoice, even if it's kind of unrelated, if a client sees that and they see that photo, they can contact you directly but from that photo. It is as easy as possible for them to contact you. If you want to do that on your own website, make sure you do the same. Also, don't care about what other pilots are doing. I see this so much where pilots will be so worried about, oh, this pilot has these pretty drone reels, or this pilot's doing ads, or this. You really should know who your audience is. If you're doing real estate photography, what do they care about? Not what the pilot next door is doing. Now, if the pilot next door has a lot of real estate clients, that's a little different. You might want to figure out what they're doing. But I see this so often is a lot of pilots don't make money. So what is your client actually looking for? What are the realtors looking for? What are the mapping people looking for? What are the city staff looking for? Who are you trying to target? Don't care about what other pilots are looking for. Also, don't just show photos and videos of stuff that is kind of unrelated. Show the kind of deliverables and content that you want. There is a reason why Drone Invoice has the ability to upload models and maps and point clouds directly so it can be viewed in the browser by clients. It's because those clients want to see the work that you're doing, not some picture of it. They want to interact with it. If you have your own portfolio website, you can figure out how to manually kind of put the point clouds in there, or you can use Drone Invoice, which basically lets you in the browser and lets the clients in the browser view the content that you've made. So clients want to see the maps, the models, the reports, the content and the media that you are actually delivering. They don't want to see some picture of the content and not be able to interact with it. It is why Drone Invoice has those features. And finally, keep it short. If they can't figure out what you're trying to do or what you are capable of doing within a couple minutes, 1 or 2, they will leave. They will find someone else's profile that does answer that question much quicker. Also, make sure it's updated. Drone Invoice updates people's portfolio real time when they upload content. If you have your own website and you haven't updated it in months, they will walk. And also be selective with what you sell. In Drone Invoice, you have the ability to set what shows up on your portfolio. In your own personal website, you might have the ability to do the same. Only show content that you want more work of. So if you did a real estate photography gig, it paid you $10 and you don't want any more of that work, don't put that on your portfolio, because then you might get more work like that. If you want the lucrative mapping jobs, then you probably want to do some mapping work, even if it's technically free, and put that on your portfolio. That way, at least it looks like you kind of do that work. So the portfolio should reflect what you want to do next, not what you have already done. Now, what you already have done, though, is important because it's required to show that you know what you're doing. So it's a fine line. I hope this was effective in actually helping you produce a portfolio that gets you jobs and not just one that appeals to maybe what you have in your head or maybe what the pilot next door has done. Because as much as it sucks, and I hate to be the one to say this, it doesn't matter what you want or what you think. It matters is what the client wants. And I hate to be the one to tell you, but that is the truth. So if you want jobs, you're going to have to cater to the client, not what you want. So I hope this was effective, and check out the other videos on this channel for tricks, tips, and other reviews about different drones. Goodbye.